Greetings, my movie ghouls. Welcome to another episode of Halloween Countdown. 31 films in 31 days. I'm Nate, the Ultimate Movie Geek, and this is Marina, Mrs. Movie Geek. I thought of that name. You can maybe think of another one. Tonight is day 12, and we're watching Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity is a film that is in the vein of the Blair Witch Project. So it's all, I can't remember what it's called.
Handy cam and that type of thing.
It is. Found footage, there you go. And it revolves around a couple who live in a house, and the woman is having some supernatural activity around her, and it comes out that she's had it all her life. And through the film we find out that it might not be a ghost, it is possibly a demon, and that it has followed her from the last house which burnt down mysteriously.
No, that was the house when they were kids that burnt down.
Yes, that's what I meant. What do you think?
Yeah, this is only the second time, maybe the third time I've watched it. I watched it when it came out, and it really did one of the ones that did actually quite scare me.
That's what I said.
I think it's genius, to be honest. It's very, very simple, but very, very effective.
Very effective.
It's like you said, it's the found footage, so there's none of this, all these expensive shots and things, but it doesn't feel that way anyway. And just parts of it, you think, we kept going, I'd be out of there. I'd be out of there. Don't care if it follows me, I'd be out there, I'd be somewhere.
Yeah, because it's got to follow you, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it's a good film. I won't touch on because there is obviously newer ones.
Yeah. The story evolves, doesn't it?
This is definitely the better one. Yeah. It did scare me, which I have to say is rare. I don't really scare with films anyway. I don't really scare easily. I can watch stuff and go to bed. Don't bother me. And I can remember the first time I watched this, I sleep with my leg out. And I tucked my leg in, I have to say, because of something that happens in the film.
But if you watch the film, it doesn't matter if you tuck your leg in.
No, I know. It's a good film, like you said. It's about this thing that's followed her all her life. She kind of hints at her and her sister have always had this stuff around them. They ignore it, so not to encourage it. And I kind of think it's a boyfriend's fault. He's a bit of a div, isn't he? He is a bit of a divvy. And it's like, why is he doing that? And he starts, so that's why it's this found footage, because it's his camera. He buys this camera.
It's like small things are going on, like knocking.
Yeah, and he just puts locked off cameras in the bedroom when they're sleeping, and then at night, and just general things. And there's nothing really at first. There's the odd little noise, which I have to be honest, I struggle to hear. I don't know if I'm listening to hearing. I was like, I can't hear anything. And then they see, the first time something happens, it's day whatever, because they're not long.
And it's just a slight
and
door
move. The door moves, and you'd probably try and explain it away yourself. But then it does increase, and it does become more like the banging and the attic door.
Footsteps through the house.
Yeah, while they're in that room.
Yeah.
And very disturbing. I'd have been
out of there.
I'd have been out of there. And like you said, if it was me, you'd have left.
You would.
You wouldn't.
You would.
You're not very nice, but it was awful.
What do you mean?
Well, you said you'd leave me.
Oh yeah, if all that stuff was happening, I'd be gone. Sorry.
Prince Charming here.
Oh yeah.
But he was an idiot, because even after it kind of got to a crucial moment where he's bought a Ouija board and she proper sees a bum with him. And
which is understandable because she made him promise.
She said, "Yeah, I don't want to engage with it because I think if you do that, it's like recognising it and it'll make it stronger." So she kind of lived with it all her life, I think, ignoring it. And then he brings a Ouija board in, doesn't he? So she storms off and leaves the house. So he goes off after her, but the camera's sort of
still
left
on and locked on.
And it's locked on where they've had this Ouija board.
Yeah.
And it starts moving around on its own as if it's spelling something out, and then it bursts into flames. And then they come back like hours later.
Yeah, go on.
They watch it back, and then they spend the night there.
Spend the rest of the flipping nights there.
I know, but it's like, no
you
way.
Would, as soon as you saw
no
that,
way.
you'd be got. The funny thing is as well, though, at that point, it makes footstep noises. Now you hear it coming towards the Ouija board, and then it does the movement and sets it on fire. But then you hear it run away. And you kind of think it's quite funny. It must be a kid demon because there's a few things that happen, and then you just hear this.
Yeah, it is a bit like a comedic running away type of thing. And like, what's it doing that for?
It's like, oh, I'm out there. Then it runs away.
Yeah, it is good though.
It is.
I did enjoy it watching it the second time.
I did.
And I still find it a bit creepy. I wouldn't have liked to slept on my own last night. I mean, we watched it last night, but I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'd have probably been a bit.
Yeah, I think it does scare me. It's one of the films that scare me, and I think it's because it takes something that you've always thought is safe, like in your bed.
Your bedroom.
Your bed is safe. You know, like you said, you pull yourself in, you cover yourself up. I think it's this and The Grudge did it for me. You know, where the Grudge is underneath the covers, and this one pulls you out of the bed. That's not right.
It's crossing the line.
Yeah, it's crossing the line.
It's crossing the line.
You can hide under the bed, in the closet, whatever.
Yeah.
Stay on my bed.
I can remember watching it and talking about it and going, oh my god, I can't believe it dragged her out of bed.
I know. It was really good as well because you can pretty much see everything that's happening, and there's nothing pulling her. And I think that the way they've done it is just really, really clever.
Yeah. And the actors are pretty good as well.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I've never seen him anything since.
Well, that's it, innit? They're unknowns, and they're now still unknowns.
Yeah, but I enjoyed
unless
this
Unless they really
film.
died at the end.
Well, it's fan footage.
It's fan footage.
Was
Wow,
it
it's
Cleveland
real.
Police?
Oh my god.
I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh. I think I'll give it a 4 as well, because I don't want to go to 5,
No,
even though it did scare me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Again, I think we've seen the sequels, but I don't think I think the second one maybe because it's got a baby in it, but other than that, I think all the others were a little bit
weak.
Yeah. And they try and fold it into.
And there's nothing. We feel like we haven't talked about the story much, but there's actually not that much to tell.
No.
It literally is just a couple who
investigating these.
have moved into this new house that they're not there very long, and it's just them with a locked off camera, and you seeing what they're experiencing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's really it. I mean, the end is quite scary.
Yeah.
It ends where she's dragged out of bed, isn't it? Oh no, it doesn't, does it? That's a
no,
different night. It's
no,
the night after.
Yeah, when they're gonna leave, but then I think it takes over her and says.
Yeah, she said she wants to stay.
Yeah.
But they go to bed that evening.
I wouldn't be sleeping. You could sleep in the bedroom, but I'd be awake all night.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd be asleep.
I don't know how they fall asleep. I wouldn't be getting a lot of sleep if I was them.
That's probably the most unrealistic thing about it is even if you wanted to stay, I think I wouldn't be sleeping.
No, I'd be laid there awake.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter, does it?
Again, yeah, it kind of, she walks out, doesn't she? She stands and watches him
for like 3
ages,
hours or something.
And then she walks out of the room and disappears downstairs. Then you hear her screaming and screaming.
Which I remember comes into one of the sequels.
Yeah, and then you kind of then hear all these noises like grunts and a voice, and then he just absolutely flies because he's kind of locked off on the bed and the door, and then his body just flies through, hits the camera, hits the floor, and then she comes up, but she's very heavy, so it's like she's possessed because you can hear the massive footsteps even. And she kind of goes down, she sniffs him, doesn't she, to see if she's alive.
Yeah, this is where it gets a little bit
unreal.
And then
it's the last shot, and she sort of looks at the camera, and her face changes slightly, and she goes like that, and
goes
it ends.
to the camera, but
so Yeah, that was a bit like, oh, you didn't need that.
You didn't need that.
Yeah.
You could have left it ambiguous and left her in the doorway.
Or even just like a stand there and smile or something. You know, you didn't need the face thing because you knew whatever was going on was evil.
I suppose it's a way of saying, you know, it is just a film. Yeah. Don't be scared. Or do be scared, you know. I don't know.
It was good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, give it a whirl.
Yeah.
It might not be everybody's cup of tea because I think found footage is a bit. I think I don't know whether you either love it or hate it, to be honest.
I think you've got to do it right. Like, if it's you've got these people filming every single thing, whereas this was just snippets of day-to-day life, and then they didn't show every night. They showed like day 2 and then day 13 was last day, but they didn't show every night in sequence. So they picked and choose what they want to show, and I think that works best for found footage because, you know, you get some films that, I've got a camera and I'm going to follow myself all the time, and then you get into the idea that the battery's going to have run down. You're not going to film that. And why are you still holding a camera when there's something happening? But if it's locked off, you can see the two characters playing on screen. So
I did. I enjoyed it. Give it a whirl.
Yeah,
far for you.
Yes.
What are we watching tomorrow?
We're having trouble with the
Listing.
Magic DVD player, so we're going to have to figure something out.
Oh well, be a surprise.
Maybe a surprise. Maybe something new, maybe something old. But yes, sleep tight and make sure your feet aren't hanging out of the covers.
Night night.